Today's matchup is a thrilling brawl that has swept the combat sports community by storm. It's a bout between Nate Diaz, a famed MMA fighter, and Jake Paul, a former YouTube phenom who is now a professional boxer. Get ready for a titanic battle to remember. This is the breakdown of their thrilling confrontation, Jake Paul and Nate Diaz. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and now let's get into the video. Let's take a quick look at the build-up and the history to this historic event. Before we get into the actual battle, Jake Paul has been making waves in the combat sports scene with his insane personality and boxing achievements, winning fights against other YouTubers and even former players. Nate Diaz, a seasoned MMA fighter who has competed against some of the sport's greatest names, is renowned for his unrelenting battling spirit. These two cultural titans have been tense for some time, and now they're prepared to fight it out in the ring. Jake Paul's transition from a YouTube sensation to a professional boxer has been nothing short of extraordinary. Let's take a deeper look at his boxing journey and the challenges he faced along the way. Jake Paul's interest in boxing began in 2018 when he decided to pursue a new challenge outside of his YouTube career. He took his first steps into the boxing world with amateur bouts, using them as an opportunity to gain experience and improve his skills. Jake's dedication to training and honoring his craft was evident from the start. He worked with respected boxing trainers and spent countless hours in the gym, refining his technique, footwork, and punching power. But it wasn't just about training for Jake. He wanted to prove himself against other YouTubers and celebrities in high-profile exhibition matches. In 2018, he faced fellow British YouTuber Deji in an electrifying bout that ended with Jake securing a victory. The win against Deji set the stage for his next opponent, American YouTuber Gib. The fight took place in early 2020 and marked Jake's official debut as a professional boxer. Jake showcased his power and boxing skills, overwhelming Gib with a first-round knockout. The victory catapulted him further into the boxing world, grabbing the attention of the combat sports community. Jake's boxing journey was far from over. He had his sights set on bigger challenges, and in November of 2020, he faced former NBA player Nate Robinson in a highly anticipated match on the undercard of the Mike Tyson vs. Roy Jones Jr. exhibition. Despite Nate Robinson's athletic background, Jake proved that he was no joke inside the ring. He delivered a devastating knockout in the second round, further solidifying his credibility as a boxer. But Jake Paul's most significant test came in April 2021 when he faced former UFC fighter Ben Askren. The boxing community was divided on the outcome, with some doubting Jake's abilities against a seasoned MMA competitor. The fight turned out to be a brief but impactful. Jake caught Ben Askren with a perfectly placed right hand, resulting in a first-round knockout. Although there were critics, Jake's victory cemented his status as a legitimate boxer. Jake Paul faces the most challenging opponent of his boxing career, Nate Diaz. It's undoubtedly a make-or-break moment for Jake, as a win over Nate Diaz would elevate him to new heights in the world of combat sports. As we await the fight, we can't deny Jake Paul's dedication and hard work, proving that he's more than just a YouTube personality. He's a force to be reckoned with in the boxing ring. Now let's dive into the legendary legacy of Nate Diaz. Within the world of mixed martial arts, particularly his unparalleled journey in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Nate Diaz, a native of Stockton, California, grew up in a family deeply immersed in martial arts. Alongside his brother Nick Diaz, who also achieved considerable success in MMA, Nate's early years were influenced by Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and other fighting disciplines. In 2004, Nate made his UFC debut at the tender age of 19. The young Diaz brother quickly showcased his submission skills, fearlessly accepting challenges from more experienced opponents. Nate's relentless fighting style and his ability to weather adversity earned him a reputation as a warrior inside the octagon. He was never one to back down from a tough fight, earning him a devoted fan base over the years. One of the defining moments of Nate Diaz's career came in 2010 when he faced off against the UFC lightweight champion Frankie Edgar. Despite coming up short in the judge's decision, Diaz proved he was a force to be reckoned with in the stacked lightweight division. However, it was in 2011 that Nate Diaz truly announced himself as a contender in the lightweight division. He went on an impressive streak, finishing notable fighters like Donald, Cowboy, Cerrone and Jim Miller in a spectacular fashion. But it was Nate's rivalry with Irish superstar Conor McGregor that truly launched him into the mainstream spotlight. The pair's first encounter took place at UFC 196 in March 2016. On short notice after, Rafael dos Anjos withdrew due to injury. Despite being a significant underdog, Nate Diaz stunned the world by submitting Conor McGregor in the second round. The victory catapulted Nate Diaz into superstardom, making him one of the UFC's most recognizable and beloved fighters. The rivalry between Diaz and McGregor didn't end there. The two warriors faced off again at UFC 202 in one of the most anticipated rematches in MMA history. The second bout between Diaz and McGregor was an intense back-and-forth war that lasted the full 5 rounds. Although Diaz lost the decision, his heart, durability, and unyielding spirit earned him immense respect from fans and fighters alike. Throughout his UFC career, Nate Diaz continued to put on thrilling performances, taking on some of sport's biggest names and proving himself to be a fan favorite for his authenticity and no-nonsense attitude. Now Nate Diaz steps into a different arena, a boxing ring, to face Jake Paul, the YouTube sensation turned professional boxer. While Nate may be known for his incredible grappling and MMA skills, his boxing abilities should not be underestimated. He possesses a unique, unorthodox boxing style, characterized by his long reach, sharp boxing fundamentals, and devastating left hand. This clash between two worlds promises to be an electrifying spectacle. Will Nate Diaz continue his legacy by conquering a new challenge in the boxing ring, or will Jake Paul prove himself against one of the UFC's most iconic fighters? Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. Both fighters have unique strengths and strategies, and their clash promises to be explosive. Jake Paul, known for his power punches, will likely try to maintain distance and land devastating shots. Nate Diaz, on the other hand, with his incredible stamina and relentless pressure, will aim to wear down Paul and exploit any weakness. There's also the question of endurance. While Paul has displayed knockout power in shorter fights, Diaz's cardio could be a game changer in the later rounds. Can Jake Paul maintain his explosiveness, or will Nate Diaz's relentless pace take over? The tension has been building between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz for months now. It all started with some heated exchanges on social media and in interviews. They both have no love lost for each other, and this fight promises to settle the score once and for all. Both fighters have taken this bout incredibly seriously, putting in grueling hours at their respective training camps. Jake Paul, under the guidance of his renowned boxing coaches, has been honoring his skills and working on his game plan. Meanwhile, Nate Diaz has been sticking to his roots, training with his longtime team, and focusing on his unique boxing and MMA style that has served him so well in the UFC. The clash of the internet sensation and the UFC icon is about to unfold. Who will come out on top? Let us know in the comments down below. Only time will tell, but one thing is for sure, this is a battle you won't want to miss.